All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of We Them Niggas. We're out here at ETH Denver, wrapping up. We're headed home today. I'm here with Gabrielle, my girlfriend. She joins on the adventure. Gabrielle, how was your experience at ETH Denver this year?
I really enjoyed it. I got somewhat of an impression of what to expect from hearing about your previous experiences, but it was really interesting to see for myself, especially like the main convention, how many people were there, how many different organizations were there, and really just the wide array of people that were there. I really enjoyed it.
I like that. What was a highlight for you of the conference? Core moment.
Core moment. We've been doing a lot of cool things. I really enjoyed the DeSci Summit. I had no idea what decentralized science was before coming here. I had gotten a taste through learning about Athena DAO, but I didn't really understand the bigger picture that they were a part of. So I think attending that summit was really great to hear more about Athena DAO, more about other organizations, the actual like DeSci group that made the summit.
DeSci World.
DeSci World, thank you. So I'm excited to get involved.
Shout out to Jelani and Josh. Their interview is also something we did it while we were here. I really didn't know much about decentralized science either, to be honest. I went to like a house party last year, like the last night I was here, and there was like some DeSci people there, but I didn't really have a clear picture of it was. So really going to that summit really let me in a lot further so I could understand like what's happening in this space, why this is important. I think Shar explaining us like the parallels between like Jelani actually and Shar, I think they both spoke to some of the parallels between like the music industry and the publishing like world of academia and science. And so it was cool to look at what kinds of concessions people that want to do research and publish have to take on inside of like the existing infrastructure, like them talking about like you do all this research, you put it in the journals, you wanted to get there, it finally gets there, and they charge other people for it, but you don't actually get paid. I think is a pretty crazy business model, and it was cool to see how they're trying to disrupt that and drive value back to people actually doing science. And so yeah, I was definitely happy with it when it's that summit.
Definitely.
I guess outside of the summit, what were some things that surprised you about ETH Denver?
Kind of like I was mentioning to you earlier, I feel like in comparison to Art Basel was a lot of people that had been working in the field for a while, and just they were older than us, so it felt a little bit out of reach what they were doing and some of the things that they were speaking about. But I feel like we've spoken to so many people that were closer to our age, and it's like, or even younger than us, and it's like, wow, that's a total inspiration to learn more, to be able to get more involved and do more. I'll say that's something that surprised me was how many people have been in this space for so long that are our age, or just cool things that they're doing. It makes it feel a lot more obtainable to, see someone that is so similar to you doing such cool things. So.
And who are some people that were like a highlight of your trip that you didn't expect to meet? Like who were some people you had conversations with?
Definitely last night with the student from Howard, the first year from
Thane.
Howard. Yes.
Shout out to Thane. I didn't meet Thane, but I saw Thane at the Black Blockchain Summit at Howard University back in September, October. And he won the hackathon, and I was like, okay, go crazy. And then I saw him last night at the Proof of Objects event, and I was like, I know you won the hackathon at Howard. And he was like, yeah, how do you know who I am? So definitely, and here he was the first year, I was definitely super impressed. But yeah, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. He was just speaking about what actually he was doing at the hackathon was a program that was supposed to make transactions go faster. And I didn't get to the chance to hear more about that, but I don't even know how one would do that. So that's super cool that he's already involved in such like advanced work now. And getting internships that have to do with Web3. I would have never known that that was even available in undergrad. So super cool that he's like being so ambitious, so motivated, and doing such cool things.
Oh yeah. And I guess kind of to close out the memory, or close out the conversation, coming to ETH Denver, you were coming here to learn, coming here being open-minded. What was like, I guess, your perspective on seeing like what We The Media is like over time, like from when you first met me, I guess, to being here at ETH Denver? How has like your perspective evolved?
It's been great to see you work since we've been here. Your production has been amazing. Shout out to Julian for being so attentive all the time with the cameras. It just, in general, seeing how comfortable you are networking, catching up with people that you've seen either, a few months ago at a previous conference or a year ago, just how personable you've been and bringing all of us into conversation with new people that we're meeting. It's been great, and also just with your interest in music, hearing you continue those conversations with a wide array of people. I think you've interviewed a good handful of people that were also involved in your specific interests. So really just seeing the community building that's happening within your interests. And also I really appreciate you wanting to go to the DeSci Summit with me and getting more into, my interests and just things that, have to do with the community that you're involved with. What is everyone's interest and what more can we learn about it? It's been great.
I got that. Well, I really appreciate you sitting down with me, coming out to the conference with us in the first place, really being interested, not just being here as a passenger. And it was definitely a pleasure. You are a scientist working in clinical research, and I'm excited to see you get excited about the space that I'm super excited about and always in awe of. I feel like it's always so fast moving and always growing and changing. So definitely dope to see you getting excited and inspired here as well. And if you want, you can let people know where they can find you online. It's up to you.
I'm getting more involved on Twitter at Gab Austin, GABALSTLN. And then on Instagram, Gabby, same way GABBY 9999.
You have a Firecaster? Just at Gabrielle?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And go join us in the We Them Niggas channel up there as well. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. This was a wonderful trip that we got to have, and it's been beautiful to have you on the experience. Shout out to the whole team, shout out to the squadron. And peace and blessings. 3, 2, 1. Booyah.